it going, guys? It's Nathan from Nathan's DIY Garage, and today I'm going to show you how to find the jack points on a BMW E53, E36, E39, and E46, and pretty much any BMW. Okay, so we're going to start off with the E39 first. Pretty much all these cars are the same. There is a jack point. I'll get back and show you here first. There's a jack point behind the front tire, about right there. There's also another one about right there. Let me get you underneath here and show you, and you can see there should be a little square right down there, and that's the jack point. I can't see it from the angle I'm at. Yeah, actually right here. This one's missing the rubber plug to it. You can see the little hole. Now on the back, especially on E39s, as you can see right there, is a little hole also. And that little hole is supposed to have a rubber cover over it, which we're going to show you here in a second. Now, the thing to remember on E36 and E39, on these back jack ports, before you put the jack under it, you need to look at it and make sure it's not rusted out. Especially the cars that come from up north, you guys know how they are. A lot of times E36s are real bad about it. You get them in, you go jack them up. If you don't look at them first, when you go to jack them up, it'll actually bust out the whole rocker panel, and the jack will just go up into the car and not actually lift the car up. This E39 here actually has the rubber square on it, as you can see right there. And it should have those on there. A lot of these cars don't anymore, though. As it gets some age on, those will fall off or they'll stick on the jack itself. You're going to put the jack in there on top of that cover. But what do you want to make sure to do, as on this E53, this jack right here has a cup on it. You want to have a cup on it. And on E53, you can have the exact same deal. As you can see right there, this one is missing the rubber cover. Like I said, most of them are missing, and they will also have it on front and the back. Now, what you don't want to do, you don't want to jack it up too close to the edge. Make sure you're back under it far enough. When you jack it up, the jack's going to want to slip out. So beware of that also. Now also on E53 and E46, we're under the front bumper here, the front of the car, right? They have a center jack point. See that stub hanging down? That's the center jack point. And what that lets you do, that lets you jack up the whole entire front end at one time. Now, like I said, E46 has that. I think E36 has it also. The problem is going to be on the in-package cars especially, depends on what wheels you have on it. On the cars, it'll actually be too low to get the jack under it. If you have low profile jack, that may not be the case, but on the standard jack, that is. And the same goes for E36. E36 is the same way as E39 and E46. And the good way to judge it on E36, they have these side ports here, and that's actually for the factory jack. It actually pops out, and the factory jack has a bar in it. That doesn't work once the car gets some age on it. Those always get rusty. But a good point of reference, if you reach under here, you can feel the holes right under there. So on E36s, I never even look under the car. I'll stick the jack under right here, right under that port, and go back in about 2 or 3 inches, and that's how you jack it up. Well, that's the same for the front and the back. And like I said before, you can get on the stub in the very front. And under this E36, it doesn't per se have a stub, but right behind the rack and pinion, it has a cross member bar. You could get on that to get it all jacked up. E36 isn't that big of a deal, or the E46, because there's a little trick about this. If your jack is tall enough, you get under the front or under the back, and you could jack up and actually get both tires off the ground only by jacking at one jack point. So if you want to rotate the tires, usually I'll go in the front. I'll go ahead and jack it up as far as it'll go, and while the front's real high, the back will come up a little bit. You only need a little bit. You can switch the tires around and rotate them like that. Whenever I rotate tires, I never do crisscross them. I always go front to back, and that's they're staggered. With their staggered wheels, you can't do anything with them. You just run it. It is what it is. And but that's it, guys. So I'll show you guys the jacking points. I see a lot of cars that have the rocker panel messed up. I just thought I'd go ahead and clear that up for some of you guys.